Well, good afternoon. You guys have been wanting to see some of the other stuff I do outside of this whole little towing world, so today I'm going to show you that. We are headed out right now to one of the big rock quarries in town, and we're working on a project here with another company that I work with a lot to move the entire crushing plant about 600 miles south down into California. Right now today we've got one of the hot shot trucks. That's a small like pickup and gooseneck trailer that hauls small parts and pieces. He's picking up a lot of the stuff that's on pallets and a lot like the stairways and small little extra parts and pieces that go along with the big huge crushing plant. He's actually waiting for us out there right now, and we're gonna go out here, get him loaded up, then go over what all we got sitting there still. Some other stuff's already been moved out, and what we still have to do. And then I think in a week or so we're gonna have the big heavy haul trucks come in and get the big pieces and haul them out of here, and I'll be piloting some of those loads south, so you'll get to see all that part of it too. So for now, let's get out here, go find this dude who's been sitting in his truck for a while waiting for me, and get him loaded up. Okay, so our hot shot truck is right here, right where he said he'd be, so let's go talk to him, and then he can follow me out here to the plant where we're going and figure out what we're gonna do. Okay, we are heading out to the rock pit itself. We've got our hotshot dude following us back there. This rock quarry, the property was sold to another rock crushing company that has all their own equipment. So the rock crusher, the whole plant that's here, got sold to another rock quarry down in the Bay Area, California. Like I said, about 600 miles away. So that's why we're moving everything that's here out, and then the company that bought this place will move their stuff in. A couple weeks ago I came out here and measured out everything, took an inventory of what all was here and how many loads it was going to take, and on the big pieces what needed to be disassembled and taken apart to make it so they could actually fit down the road. They're still going to be big oversized pieces, but now reasonable big oversized pieces. So all the big conveyors already got hauled out of here on flatbeds. Those are just pretty standard loads. This guy, we're going to load up all the small little extra bits and pieces, and then I've got to check out and do some more measuring because I've been gone on vacation for the last week, and during that time while I was gone, the disassembly crew came in and took apart everything we needed taken apart to get these things down to a smaller manageable size. So I'm gonna have to remeasure and see what all they did, and if they did everything we needed, and if this stuff is ready to go. And if so, then we can start ordering the permits, and I think next week we'll move them out of here. So I'm working with Hardtail Heavy Haul, and the D10 dozer video I did a while back where we moved the big dead blown up D10 dozer off the mountain. Same company, awesome heavy haul company. Probably some of the best in the business, so good people to work with. Now I just got to remember how to get over there, because we got to get way over there. So also I should mention, I don't know if you can see or not, but there is snow on those mountains, and that makes me so happy. All right, we are here. This is a massive pit that goes, oh, it's got to be 50 acres or so down here, but all of our little projects is over here in this corner. So there's our forklift. All the stuff we're loading up is sitting right here, and then all that over there is what's leaving next week, I believe. Okay, so here is all of our stuff that we're trying to load up today. This is a cone liner. It's the part that the rocks actually fall down in between here, and the inner part and the outer part move up and down, and well, this part actually kind of swirls around, making a bigger gap and then a smaller gap, and that's what crushes the rocks, and they fall down through. It's one of the ways that it crushes the rocks. These are the screens that screen out the different sizes of rock. Whole bunch of parts and pieces, and these are the rollers for the conveyors, stairways that were attached to all those big towable pieces, drive belts and bearings and adjusters, and well, we got to see how we can fit it on the trailer. Luckily, I'm not the one who has to haul it, so we'll let the driver decide what goes where, and we'll just put it on there for him. Okay. Tilt it up so he can slide our forks in. And now let's go parking brake. Let's go get our first piece. I think to start, we're gonna have to move this stair out of our way. So we're not going to lift it, we're just going to hook it and slide it. Big heavy piece, so we're going to start with that one. I just showed my trick on how to adjust the forks without getting out of the cab, and I didn't have the camera recording, so maybe I'll show you that again. Okay, now we got the big screen panels. of this one here so we can go get that one back there. Oh, come on. They should fit the pallet. Look at that. That is how you adjust your fork width without getting out of the machine. Now we can pick this up, bring it back to us. And we did it over the top of this other pallet. See, sometimes it kind of almost seems like I know what I'm doing. I mean, most of the time it just seems like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a total idiot, but sometimes I get it right. All right, we are restacking these because they're stacked like crap, and a lot of the pallets they're on are junk and falling apart. So we figure it's better to redo it here in the yard where we got the forklift than on the side of the road when those pallets finally collapse on this poor guy and he gets totally screwed. So we'll set this down here. Get all these off. Set stuff all over the place to make some room to get this thing out of here. And pull that pallet off and we'll set these screens right on that one. Big game of Jenga. Screw that pallet. Slide them off the forks here. There we go. All right, it's all on the trailer. Everything fit. We had to restack quite a bit of it by hand, but made it fit. If you ever need any hot shot or transport stuff done, TKAT Trucking? Yep. Is that who they get a hold of? TCAT. TCAT? TCAT.
Tammy and Kathy Townsend.
Well, there we go. So this load, we made it all work. He's awesome because he actually stayed and did it and didn't tell me to go a special place when he saw what it looked like when we got here. But this is all on here now, ready to roll. It's going to head down to California. We got to go finish measuring out all those pieces over there to make sure they're good to go. And let's try to get all that done and then get out of here before we get locked in the gate. So he's going to take off. I'm going to go measure all those and see what else we have to do. All right, and these are the parts where it gets interesting. These are the actual crushing plant itself. This is the jaw crusher. This is the first part everything goes into, the big rocks. Like, well, that's concrete, but straight when it's dug out of the pit, it goes in this one first. This crushes it down into softball, baseball, basketball size rocks. Pretty decent sized ones. That would go off another conveyor belt up into that screen there, which would screen out the smaller stuff and let it go on to the screen plant, which is over there. But the stuff that's still bigger goes then into this cone crusher, and that cone liner, the big heavy piece over there we put on the trailer I showed you, goes inside of this. Then it goes into here. This is the screening plant, and this one here, you can see it's big. This is what screens out the different sizes of rocks. We just loaded all the extra screens for that on that truck. And with these different conveyor belts here, you see there's 4 here, another one off the back and another one off the front. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That makes 6, 7 different products that come out of this. So different sizes of rock, from big rock down to sand, pea gravel, 3/4 with the fines in it, drain rock. This is what separates everything out between these different screen decks here and here.
and makes all the actual different, way over there some piles, but the different products themselves. So this was the big piece. When I came out here a couple weeks ago, this one was 21 feet wide. So we had them take apart a bunch of stuff. There was some big old drive motors that stuck way off the side out here. We tucked those in. That drive motor there was way out off the side because it has to sit when it runs. So was that one. We got the conveyors folded. We got the top conveyors folded. That one, 8 conveyors, because there was another one like that here, but it stuck far off the other side. We got all that taken apart. Well, we as in I was on vacation while they took this apart. Oh, there's 2 belts back down here. So what's the thing make? 9, 10 different products? Yeah, because there was a big conveyor that came out here, a big huge box that comes onto the side right here that separates out more stuff. This is the big boy here. There's another part to it called the impact crusher that makes a whole different type of rock, but it's about the size of this one, just a little smaller. It's the smallest of all these. I think it's only a tandem axle carrier unit, but it went up to Washington to get some repair and modification work done to it, and then we'll be heading back down to California. So these ones, just we've got them chained down because that whole hopper's on springs, so that when giant rocks get dumped in there out of one of these big loaders or thrown in with an excavator, it doesn't jolt and shake the whole thing. And so we got chains on everything to keep that from bouncing. You see this one's got the same. That one's all chained down as well. So from what I can see, the disassembly crew did a good job. See, this catwalk is still up. It can be folded, but it's still up. And on this side, they folded the catwalk. It's a pretty decent job to do that. So by folding this up, we can leave the other side out, and it's still wide, but it's going to be oversized no matter what we do to it, because it's just oversized. But by folding up one of them, we can leave the other out, and we're narrow enough to get into the next layer of pilot car restrictions, where we'll have to pilot this thing out of town. But once it gets on the highway at the width it is now, it can just go without pilot cars. This one is now 13 foot 8 inches wide, with it all disassembled, everything taken apart that we could, or they could, vacation. So this will need a pilot, I think most of Oregon, but I'm pretty sure once this one gets into California, we can ditch the pilot cars on it as well. But that's all going to depend on what the permits say when they actually come back. I wanted to come measure all this one more time before submitting the final measurements for permits. So yeah, these are, I said there's one more, and then the conveyors like this, there was another 10 of them stacked up over here. Those already got taken apart and hauled off. That's all the bits and pieces that make all of this work, along with the one more piece that's in Washington now. All the heavy equipment, that's easy. That's no big deal. That's nothing. That's easy stuff. Throw it on the trailer and go. So looks like we got this all taken care of here. Got all my final measurements. Those can get sent in for get the permits, and then we can get all the stuff ready to go. And then we'll see you next time, or next time you will see this is when the heavy haul trucks show up and we start yanking them out of here. So that is it for this video, and we'll see you guys next time.